Hello everyone and welcome to Biz Consumer YouTube channel. It is almost that time of the year when I can say happy holidays to every one of you. Well, the cold weather is coming, so when would be a better time to plan a nice vacation, something like a cruise? Today, we are going to give you a story about one of those companies that can give you those cruises, Norwegian Cruise Line. So be very careful and attentive when listening to the story. Perhaps it can give you some tips on what to do when you are planning your cruise in winter. Enjoy the video and stay tuned for more.
Me and my husband, we've been traveling a lot, and we've been on the cruises like so many times. And usually we pick like Carnival cruises. So this time, we decided that we're gonna invite our friends who never ever been on a cruise. So it was their first experience, and we were like, okay, let's just find something. And we found Norwegian Cruise, and we picked Norwegian Cruise just because it had like open bar. That's kind of like a little money saver. So we decided that we're gonna try that. I've never been on Norwegian Cruise before. I've never heard anything bad about it. So I didn't even try to check any reviews or anything. I was sure everything is gonna be fine. So the second we got, well, first of all, with the when we got to Florida, it was the Hurricane Dorian, I think, at the time. It was Dorian, I think, yeah. So we were rerouted, and instead of 3 islands in Bahamas, they said we're gonna stay in Mexico for 3 days, which was fine. So then they changed that, and they said we would be in Key West and then Cozumel, Mexico, and that would be like not an overnight stay, just like a couple hours stay. So I was like, that's fine. This on the ship. First, we were waiting for like hours in the terminal before they even let us in. They started letting us in, and they like let us go through the hallways. The hallways that like it doesn't have anything. You have white walls, blue carpet. There is nothing on the walls. It doesn't look nice. It actually looks like an old hospital or something like that, or abandoned boat. So we went through it. We went through the first floor where usually they have like bars and they have the open elevators and stuff. So we went through that, and I was like, no, that cannot be, like it's impossible. I was like, there is nothing there. So we took that elevator to the deck, the upper deck, and there is only one pool, one small pool and one a little bit. No, I think they're both the same, like two little pools, and there are two hot tubs on one side and two hot tubs on the other side. Each hot tub would hold like 3 people, no more than that. I was like, well, they should have more because I used to like on Carnival Cruise, you would have like more the hot tubs, you would have more pools and stuff. So we're passing by the deck, we got to the bar, and I'm asking the bartender, I was like, is that all you guys have? And he was like, yes. So I thought he was joking. I was like, don't joke with me right now because I want to know, is that what you guys have? Nothing else. And he was like, yeah, I'm telling you. It's like, okay, well, that's the worst ship right there. Like, I understand there is nothing there. So basically, the whole like 3,000 people would just sink in that little pool and the little hot tub, and it's just everyone is there. There is no cover from the sun. So we started. Um, we were just waiting for departure, and like it was, nothing special. Once we left, we did the like the instructions and stuff, and then after that, we just decided to go and have something to eat. And the buffet had like 3 or 4 tables. That's all. You just have a little 3 or 4 tables, so you just go through it, and all 5 days you have the same exact food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that was horrible. The quality of food was horrible. So we were like, okay, we were just hungry, so we ate. And then by like evening time, we thought we'll just go and just have some entertainment, like go and watch some programs or whatever they have. Well, they don't have anything. By 7 p.m., They close out the deck. By 8 p.m., they close out the pools. They put a net so you can't even swim there. The hot tub are open till like 9, and then there is nowhere even to sit on a deck. So there are no chairs. They take them out at 7 p.m. So we thought, okay, we'll just go downstairs. And usually, like a Carnival cruise, you would have one floor where you just go through like all the restaurants and different like programs and casino shops, all of that. Well, they don't have that floor. You can just go downstairs, and there is a casino there, so you can just either play. Then there's a duty free shop. There's nothing else. Whatever restaurants they have, they're all like in every like in different spots of the ship. So even if you walk around, you find some. But I mean, it's just restaurants. It's not like there are any entertainment programs or anything like that. So I was really upset, and I was like, okay, well, great, but there is nothing to do unless you either have to be an alcoholic and drink nonstop, or you have to gamble nonstop. Otherwise, there is nothing to do. They gave us a room when we just checked in. So they gave us a room which was a handicapped room. And even the thought of being in a handicapped room, I kind of didn't like that. But there was a handicapped chair in my room. So I said, please remove the chair because I don't feel comfortable to have that chair in my room. They said, no, it belongs to this room. So you have to have it. I said, no. And I took it out. Yeah, I took it out. My safe wasn't working. So the safe, the deposit box, I had to call maintenance. They had to come and fix that. My AC didn't work. They fixed that every single day. I was calling them to fix my AC. It didn't work properly. Then the next day, the sink was clogged. And it was clogged so bad, it was so gross. The shower had like a little um like standing I don't know, like standing like pipes, kind of like things, and there was mold in there. And I showed it to them, and I was like, that is so gross. I just couldn't even stand in this room. They said, well, we can transfer you to another room, just pay more money. I was like, I'm not paying for it because you just gave me something that I can't even use. So regardless, they never did that. Housekeeper was giving me attitude nonstop just because I was asking him to fix stuff that was broken or wasn't working or wasn't right. He was just getting upset with that, giving me attitude nonstop. There was smoke smell on the floors. I told them about it. They were fixing something. The whole, like, my friends, they were staying. They had two separate rooms, and there were three people in each room. So they had one couple had their daughter who's 16. Another couple had their son who is 12. So what they did, there is an interior room where you have a bed, and they put a pull-out sofa for the kid where the 16-year-old doesn't even fit. So for 5 days, she had to like bend like a embryo, basically, yeah, like that. And she was just trying to, at least get some sleep. Or sometimes when parents would wake up, she would go to bed because she had to sleep. There is no way to get to the bathroom when that is there. And I was explaining to them, I told them, well, when I was on Carnival cruise, we always we traveled with our moms twice, and we had one room. So we would have like the shelves, like up the upper like bunk beds or whatever on the top. So everyone could pass through, everyone could go to the bathroom. There was no issues. But no, they just put that, and they said as well, if you want another room, just pay more. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is not gonna happen. This is not the type of cruise where I want to spend this money. I just want to feel comfortable for whatever I already paid. And then the hot tub, that was great. Chlorine level is probably at 10. So my bathing suit, my husband's short, everything burned. Everything. Like my bathing suit was originally it was like blue. By the end of the cruise, it was gray. The same happened with my husband's short. because he burned from the sun because there is no covers from the sun. So he burned, so he had to wear a t-shirt. So both of the t-shirts that he was wearing, from like red, it became gray. From like dark blue, it became also like dirty color. I came to the guy who was the engineering guy, and I was like, listen, what's going on? Because your chlorine level might be so high that I'm burning. Like, this is not right. And he said, no, the level should be from 2 to 10. So we are in this range. I was like, so you're probably at 10 because I'm burning and all my clothes is burning. So this is not the right level. He was like, no, I can show you the documentation. We should be from 2 to 10. So I'm telling him, okay, so you're at 10. Why is that? He was like, well, we don't want you guys to get any diseases, and there are so many people on this ship. I was like, okay, I've been on the bigger ships, and Carnival never had this problem, ever. So they were just non-responsive with that. So I was like, okay, whatever. The restaurant that they had, like the dining area, it looked like a restaurant where you would just go make reservation, and at night you would just go and eat there. I was shocked. The food smelled so bad and tasted so bad. It was crazy. So I left a written like review about them in a box because I was like, this is unacceptable. First of all, it take them like 2-3 hours to do that, to serve you or to give you food. And then the food is just horrible, the quality of food itself. And I was just unbelievable because I've never experienced anything like that, like on any cruise ships that I've been to. And then we got to Mexico, and we decided to go on a tour because we've been to Cozumel before. So we decided that we will go to the same park, entertainment park, where we've been before because it was really nice. So the Norwegian cruise representative was outside the ship. They were selling those tours. And they said, okay, you can buy that and you can go at 10, but wait 2 hours. Or there is another one at 9 and it's the same. Like it's perfect. We're like, okay. So we paid like $800 for that because each person is like 100, something like that. So we waited for like 40 minutes. They got us to this park, and that was like, I was like, oh my God, what is that? Whatever they had there, like all the pools were dirty. Everything was like nasty. They said that the food was included and the drinks. Well, they gave me like, we asked for margarita, I think, and they gave us like moldy margarita. It smelled. It was like, the smell was like it was just standing there in the sun for like weeks, and then they just give it to you. There was no entertainment, none of that, nothing interesting. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like I got to Cozumel. I asked, specifically asked, because I said, I've been to different park, and if this one is the same, I'll go. That's fine. And the person promised me, yeah, it's even better. So when we got there, I was like, oh my God, that cannot be true. So we just got to one of the Norwegian person representative, and I said, well, we don't like it. He said, well, take a cab then. So we had to take a cab back to the ship, which was like another 40 minutes. So the tour that we originally liked already left. So we lost the whole day in Cozumel. We came back to the ship. They had the fire drill, so no one was available. Well, I spoke to the front desk once they came back, and I was like, no, you're not gonna charge me money for that because this is like, I didn't like it. This is not what you guys promised, and you have to give me the money back. So finally they said, okay, we're not gonna charge you. We for that floor or whatever. So it's like, okay, that's fine. So we got upstairs to the deck because there was nothing else to do. We missed all the tours and everything, so the whole day was ruined. And was like, the sun was so like it was so hot on the deck, and there was nowhere to hide. Then there was a person who was passing by, and I guess he was working in some restaurant, and he asked me how I was doing. Well, I told him everything how I was doing because I was so mad, and I was at the level where I just couldn't, like, I had to tell everything that I experienced to him. He was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." So he um basically got us a dinner at, I think, French or Italian restaurant for our friends, which that food was good. It was fine. Can't complain about that. Now, another thing is water. They said that the drinks are included, so all the alcohol and everything is included, except for the regular water. You have to pay, I think, like $5 or $6 for a bottle of water. Yeah, that's big. Then when you go to the bar, they had those like big bottle, not the big bottles, but the big containers, and they had like little bit pieces of lemon inside. When I tried to drink that because I just needed water and I didn't feel like paying $5 for a bottle of water, so I was like, okay, let me try that. Well, that water, I will never forget. That water tastes like rotten fish. It tastes like the fish was boiling and then they freeze it. Like it's disgusting. It's gross. And it's like, is that the water? So I was like, no, I can't. It was so horrible. There was nothing to do. You couldn't really spend much time in the room because the AC wasn't working and all the stuff that was going on with the room. There is nothing to do outside. At 7 o'clock, the deck is closed. The hot tub is full of it is just like covered with chlorine. It's just like boiling chlorine. That's how it, and it smells bad, like as chlorine. So I was like, okay, it was the horrible, horrible experience. Once we came back, I wrote a big letter to them with all the complaints, with photographs of mold and stuff and everything. And their recent response was, well, we can give you $100 credit to everyone. And I was like, I don't need your credit. Under no circumstances I would like to come back to your cruise. Because, like I said, you either have to gamble or be an alcoholic to be on that cruise and to be happy. Otherwise, there is nothing else to do. There is no entertainment. It's a boat. It's not a ship. It was Norwegian Sky. It's it's, you can't call that a ship, a cruise ship. It's just a boat. This is like should be something that, like in New York there are cruises for one day to nowhere. So that boat should be the cruise to nowhere, because otherwise, so yeah, their response was, we only can give you $100 non-transferable credit. So that's our experience.
Paulina, let me ask you this, please. How did you communicate with these folks from Norwegian? Emails, telephone?
So when I came back, I called customer service. They gave me a phone number for guest relations. I called them. I complained. They said I have to submit a written complaint. So I mailed a letter, certified in regular mail, to their headquarters in Miami. Then I called back, and apparently they said in like 10 days they turned off their the guest relations phone numbers, so there is no way to call them anymore. You can only submit everything online. So I went online, resubmit everything. They came back saying that they never received my first letter. I have a green card back, the the return receipt. They signed for it, so they did get my letter definitely, and I told them that, and I even attached that to the complaint that I submitted online. And yeah, that's the whole communication is now online. And then I was trying to use the BBB complaints website that helps me correspond with them right now. Um, but they don't care. All they are giving me as $100 non-transferable credit, which I'm not gonna use definitely.
Well, let me ask you this. What if, let's just imagine, I know it sounds pretty much impossible under the circumstances, but let's imagine that something happens at the company and they decide to really and truly compensate you for the horrible experience that you and
Mhm,
your
mhm.
friends had during your recent cruise. What could they do now? Like what would suffice to make up at least a little bit for the bad experience that you had with them?
First of all, I would love them to just refund me the money that I've spent on this cruise. I'm not asking for to compensate me for pain and suffering, but I'm asking to compensate me to get me my money back. That would be the first step, and the second step is the official apology. Because whatever I've experienced, I've never heard of that. Like I've never ever in my life had something like that.